Hey guys, I'm Betsy from Delakey Strength Gymnastics, and I'm going to take you through a follow-along flexibility session that you can do from home. Today's session is our front split program, and that is in our current programming for classes at the moment, so you can get a feel of what it's like to be in one of our classes. We're going to get started with one round of a warm-up for our hamstring and our hip flexors, and then we're going to go through some flexibility exercises. I'm just going to go through one round of those, but if you want to do multiple rounds, you can. In our classes, we usually do 2 to 3 rounds of our full circuit of exercises. So our first warm-up exercise is for our hamstrings. We're going to fold forward into a pike position with an anterior tilt, one leg in front with the toe up towards the ceiling, and we're going to reach forwards and rotate those fingers facing behind towards your heel. From here we do a pulse. So I'm going to do a double pulse and then rest, double pulse and rest. I'm going to do 5 reps on one leg. That's 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to switch over my legs. So reaching my fingers behind towards my heel, pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should feel that stretch in your hamstrings. If you want to do it for more than 5 reps on each leg, you're more than welcome to. Next, we're going to stretch our hip flexors. So I'm going to come down onto an all fours position. And then from here, I'm going to take one leg in front into a nice long lunge, opening my hip on my back leg. I press my knee up off the floor, and then I'm going to focus on making a circle with my back hip. So I'm going to take my hip out to the side, back and around, and then down towards the ground. You can have either a straight leg on the back leg, or you can have a slight bend in that knee. Or if that feels too much through the hip, you can also rest that back knee down on the ground. You're going to go 5 reps of a circle one way, and then 5 reps of a circle in the opposite direction. Once you've done your 5 reps each way, we're just going to change legs. So that front leg comes backwards, pushing through your arms, and then you switch to the other leg coming forward. And again, either pushing through the back leg or resting the knee on the ground, whatever works better for you. Circling down to the side and then pushing up and back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're switching direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Resting the back knee on the floor, and I'm going to press through my arms and take my leg behind me. And now we're ready to get into our hamstring and hip flexor stretch. So for your hamstring and hip flexor stretch, you want 2 to 3 yoga blocks, or if you only have pillows at home, that can also be helpful. We're going to have something for our front foot to be elevated on, and then we want to have something to help us balance with our hands. So I'm going to use 2 yoga blocks for my hands, 1 yoga block for my foot, and I'm going to come into a tall kneeling position. I take one leg and place my heel on the yoga block in front of me. That means my knee is underneath the hip on the back leg. My front leg has a slight bend in the knee, and then I'm just going to use those yoga blocks for balance. I'm going to push my hips out behind me, so I'm anterior tilting. Often that's referred to as like a little twerk in the hips. And I want to keep my spine nice and straight as I lean forward. So I want to avoid rounding through the spine and keep that chest nice and tall. From this position, I'm going to do a contraction where I squeeze my quad on my front leg. So I start to squeeze my quad and try and push that leg straight without my chest coming up. My chest stays down, okay? So from this position here, once you've got yourself set up, I'm going to start that contraction. So nice big deep breath in, squeeze the quad and start to push in to straighten that knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I relax that contraction, let the knee bend. Take a big deep breath in. And then on the next inhale, we're gonna go again. So breathe, squeeze the quad and push that knee to straighten for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. If you feel the hamstring loosen off a little bit, you can anterior tilt more and you can also fold your chest forward more. Eventually, your hands will come down onto the floor the lower you get. We're gonna do one more contraction, big deep breath, squeeze and push that quad for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Then from there, I just breathe, use my hands to push back, and then take that leg out of that position. And I can just shake my hips from side to side. Then we're gonna go into the other leg now. So we can go straight into it if we feel okay to do so. So other leg in front, slight bend in the knee, anterior tilt through the hips, lean forward so you're already feeling that stretch in the hamstring. And then from there, I'm gonna start to squeeze my quad, try and push my knee straight without my chest coming up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I rest. We're gonna go for the second contraction, so big deep breath, and push that knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. As you push your knee, you should feel the ankle also push into the yoga block. So even though my quad is doing the squeezing, I should feel the pressure down through my heel as well. Big deep breath and squeeze the quad, push the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the contraction and then I can slowly back out of that stretch. And then just shake those hips from side to side. So next we're gonna use our yoga block behind us. Usually like to set this up against a wall so that the yoga block doesn't slide too far away from you when your foot is elevated. With the rear foot elevation on the back foot, if it's too intense, you can also bring your foot down to the floor for this one. So I'll demonstrate both. So we're gonna set up into a long lunge position this time. So that means that my front leg is far in front of me when I'm in a hip flexor stretch. So I'm in the bottom of a hip flexor stretch and I want my foot against the yoga block. And then my front leg, ankle, is in front of my knee. And that creates that long lunge, okay? I'm using my yoga blocks to help keep me balanced and to keep my chest up nice and tall. And I can already feel a stretch in my hip flexor on my back leg. I'm gonna squeeze my glute and push my hip down as I start to press through my back leg and hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I rest the back knee down on the ground, breathe. And then we do that 2 more times. Big deep breath, pushing through the back leg to straighten the back leg without the hips or the chest coming up too much. 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can change the height of your yoga blocks. Big deep breath, pressing through the back leg, squeezing the glute and holding the hips down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. When you come out nice and slowly. So use your hands to push the hips back and then just really gently move those hips around. We're gonna go straight into that second side. And this time I'm gonna show you with the foot elevated on the block. The one I just did was with my foot on the floor. So foot elevated on the yoga block, gonna tuck my toe under, set myself up in that long lunge position to start off with. So ankle in front of the knee, using my hands on the yoga block to support me. Gonna go big deep breath in, create some tension, squeeze the glute on my back leg to push the hip forward as I push through the back foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. rest the knee on the floor, breathe. We do 2 more of those, big deep breaths, and pushing through the back foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting the back knee down. 1 more of those. Big deep breath and push. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting the back knee. Using your hands to push your hips back and out. And just slowly taking some time to recover from that stretch. So next we're going to get set up on the wall. We're going to go into a lunge position facing the wall. So I'm just going to bring my foot towards the wall, and that should bring me into that kind of 90-degree angle on my front leg and 90-degree angle on my back leg. From there, I want to tuck my tailbone under. Chest is up nice and tall, and I'm going to use my hand as a block to stop me from leaning forwards and coming out of that position. So I want to block with my hands. So we're going to place the yoga block into the back of the heel, and we're going to push the heel up into the hamstring like you're trying to create some tension on the yoga block. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we use the hand to take the yoga block away. Let the leg relax. You may get a hamstring cramp here. If you do, just try to slowly come out of it, not dramatically come out of it. Okay? We're going to do 2 more of those. So pop that block in. Push the heel up towards the hamstring for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back out. You can reset your shape each time, so tuck the tailbone under. The tailbone's going to want to come out to make the exercise easier. Tucking under makes it harder. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and taking that yoga block out. Then we're going to lift the foot up. I'm going to reach around for my foot, and then once I've got my foot, I'm going to start to tuck my tailbone under even more. So I'm trying to open the front of that hip, and then ribs are in, so I'm not arching through my spine. I'm tucking in through my tailbone and my ribs, and I'm holding that position for 20 seconds. Just big deep breaths. Trying to relax through the belly. As we breathe out, we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly letting go of that leg, shaking the hips out, and then we'll repeat on the other leg. So other leg comes forward. I'm going to tuck my tailbone under, chest up nice and tall, placing the yoga block in my heel and my hip, and then I'm pulling my heel up towards my hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the yoga block out, rest the foot, breathe. We'll go for 2 more reps. Big deep breath, placing that yoga block in the heel, squeezing towards the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming out of that. Big deep breath. 1 more of those. Placing the yoga block, crushing the yoga block, heel towards the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the yoga block out, and then reaching around for your foot, tucking the tailbone under, ribs in, and breathing, holding that position. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly letting go of your foot and coming out of that. Okay, next we're going to go into a passive front split hold. So we're basically going to combine both the hip flexor and the hamstring stretch that we just did, but in a passive position instead of active. So we're going to set up in that tall kneeling lunge position. I'm going to use my hands on the yoga blocks, and then I'm going to have an extra yoga block handy to pop underneath my front leg if I need something to relax down onto. You can use multiple pillows or yoga blocks to increase the height that you need assistance with. So I just slide my front leg out to a deepest position that I feel comfortable with. Once I'm there, I'm going to start to just pop that yoga block underneath, and then I'm just going to try to square off my hip. So that means I want my back hip rotating in and the back knee and toe down towards the ground. Chest up, nice and tall. You can either squeeze the leg straight on the front leg, or you can also relax the knee. Big deep breaths. And we're just going to hold for 30 seconds here. You can hold for up to 90 seconds, which is what we've got in our current front split program at DeLakey Strength. If you're feeling brave enough to hold the 90 seconds, you're more than welcome to. So you can just repeat this hold for 90 seconds. But otherwise, 30 seconds is a really good start. We're going to go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you come out nice and slowly. Use your hands on your blocks to push your hips up and back. And then you might just want to collapse down onto your elbows, hugging your knees into your chest. That feels really nice after doing that stretch. And obviously we would then repeat that on the other leg. So anywhere between 30 to 90 seconds on the other leg as well. Thank you so much for following along the DeLakey Strength Front Split program. If you're interested in working on your flexibility even more, you can head over to our website and book a trial class, or you can follow our channel where we'll have way more free content for you guys.